my current job is at an arts high school in the San Gabriel Valley here in California. And I'm a special education inclusion aide. So I work with students one on one and then also in their classrooms, specifically in art based classes. My other job is I run a nonprofit that I started last summer that helps create art based lesson plans and resources for teachers. So it started when I was a little kid. I got a camera for my 8th birthday, I believe, and I did like the home video thing and making films. And then I was really, really fortunate to go to an arts high school where I studied filmmaking in a conservatory environment, and kind of got to explore storytelling. And that's kind of where I fell in love with producing, which led me to Columbia because I had a producing track specifically. My greatest accomplishment in my career so far was spending 4 months in Nairobi, Kenya, and working with young adults there to teach them filmmaking skills, to kind of work in the local emerging film industry to pay for their education. And it was a really amazing experience because I got to go in and kind of bring in how films were made in the US and kind of advance their curriculum to be more based in the professional Hollywood environment. So my hobbies they're all over the place. I really enjoy baking, and then I'm also just really enjoy art because I have a master's in fine art. Um, it was a weird blurred line of like creating for school and work, and then creating on my own. And I've found a lot of hobbies that are different than media art and that are focused more on like tangible, tactile, like painting. The best thing about working for yourself is um, you learn a lot about yourself through that process. You learn about yourself in a different context, which is fascinating, and you kind of learn about things you dislike, and you also have to push yourself extremely, extremely a lot harder than someone else normally would, and you learn a lot about accountability, and it's just exciting. But on the other side of that, it's daunting and scary. But at the end of the day, the only person you're trying to please is yourself. Columbia prepared me for my career in a lot of different ways. I think the biggest thing they taught me was collaborating and working with others, which is like kind of the nature of any creative field. You're working with others in every capacity. And I remember I was part of the practicum program, which is this like huge cluster of different students and different classes and different teachers, and they did a really great job representing what the real world was. For the next 5 years, I really hope to gain more teaching experience. I really enjoy working with high schoolers, and I've worked in a lot of after school programs and in school programs, but I really want to get into teaching and working a full day with students and having multiple students, and also kind of work with more students in special education and diverse learners. And so I really hope I gain more experience there. And then I hope to do more with my nonprofit and build that out. So for current students, my advice would be to do as much as you can, and really just explore everything that Columbia offers. College is this amazing time where like you can try something and then just like never do it again. And you hadn't wasted any time. And to really take advantage of all the resources you have, because the minute you leave, you lose a lot of things you don't even realize, like the library is this amazing resource. Class of 2021, my advice is um, one is to remember that you're at the top, you're a senior, you're graduating, you're accomplishing all these things, and you're about to enter the real world and you're going to go back to the bottom. And kind of be prepared for that because there's a little bit of whiplash that no one really tells you about, especially if you're a film major going from the top of your class at Columbia to the film industry, you're back at the bottom. But that's a good thing. You're going to continue learning, and to remember that even though you're no longer a student, you should look at every opportunity as a way to learn.